It's Wednesday night, and that's a little late again, but I'm a night guy, so I figured I'd just do a quick live stream going over some if day cabs are cheaper or are sleeper trucks cheaper in this crazy market. So I guess we'll find that out. Let's see here. I got truck paper pulled up, so you know we're gonna do it like this for now. But yeah, wait for some people to join in here. Welcome everybody. All right, got my comments loaded up. Just kind of getting everything ready. I'll kind of wait for some people to join in, and we'll go from there. How is everybody? All right, guys. So I will be right back. Gonna kind of wait for some people to get in here. We'll be starting real soon. Don't go anywhere. Feel free to say what's up in the chat. Say hi. Let me know that you're in here, and I will be back really soon. All right, guys, welcome. I am back. Um, Welcome, everybody. Let's see. It's been about 10. Give it a couple more minutes to see who's going to come in. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. Got me some coffee. So we are good to go now. Let me know if you guys have any questions for me about trucking or whatnot, or these crazy prices that we're seeing here recently. Just wanted to check some of these glider prices. Check out these crazy prices. Look at these crazy prices. 127,000. It's not horrible. This price looked crazy for 900,000 miles. Oh, there's more crazy prices though, I can guarantee that. 227,000. I don't know if they're charging per the light on this or what, because this is like, welcome everybody. Let me know if you have any questions or whatnot. Just going over some of these crazy prices. Which I'm kind of surprised that these prices are not. I mean, there's trucks that aren't gliders that have similar crazy prices, according to them. All right, Mustafo. I don't know if I'm butchering your name, but so you're a teacher and you need to make more money. Would you recommend entering the trucking industry with $100,000 investment? Yeah, as an owner operator. Yeah, I mean, what's going to be difficult is I would suggest at least getting a little bit of experience. So getting your CDL and being a teacher. I don't know if you can do that at the same time, but that's what I do is get your CDL and go drive for somebody for maybe a couple months, maybe up to 6 months, and then then if you've got $100,000 saved up, I've always told people that after you finance your truck, you need to have about 20,000, $10,000 to $20,000 in the bank to start as owner operator. So if you've got 100, that's more than enough. And maybe if you wanted to buy your truck outright, you probably won't have enough money to do that, but I would definitely finance a truck with 25% down, or maybe even 50% down if you found the right truck. But yeah, it would definitely it would be a possibility. I mean, you'd have to make the decision at the end of the day. But yeah, if you get $100,000, you can definitely get into the being an owner operator for sure. And it's not that difficult either. $100,000, you can definitely get into the being an owner operator for sure. It's not that difficult either. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Welcome everybody. We're just going over some crazy truck prices. We're gonna get into whether day cabs are cheaper or sleeper trucks, or which ones are cheaper right now. But I'm just looking at some gliders to see what they're priced at. And crazy enough, there's actually some gliders that are not too awfully crazy price compared to some of the trucks we saw the other day on here. I mean, there's always gonna be ones like this that are, $224,000 for a 700,000 mile truck. But there was some newer trucks, that they wanted $260,000 for as well. This one right here is not too horrible. Well, actually, no, it's pretty high. But yeah, we were seeing new trucks for. I mean, this is pretty crazy. A million-mile truck for 140,000. Man, we were seeing non-glider trucks like this the other day for not too much less than that. But yeah, these trucks are. Let's look at this one here. This looks like a nice truck. I like the way that this one's set up for sure. But given that this is over 500,000 miles, and the truck was probably wasn't even $180,000 new, making a good return on your investment here. Yeah, hopefully this crazy high truck price market will calm down eventually. That is a lot of money for 600,000 miles. All right, let's look at some day cabs here to see conventional day cab trucks. Oh, we can actually look at all of them. So let's look at all the trucks. And we're actually going to look at I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to do sort by price, ascending, and see what we see for day cabs. And then we'll do the same thing with sleeper trucks to kind of see what we see. Well, you can get a truck with no motor for $4,000. Let's see here. Non-runner parts only. Okay, so yeah, a lot of this is going to be parts only trucks. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. What the heck? What do they think runs and lot drives will need at least a hood, bumper, and fifth wheel? I mean, come on, people. For $8,000. Well, here's a Volvo for 11,000. Can you look up new trucks? Uh, Mustafa, if I'm saying your name right, hopefully. Let me know, like, what do you want to know about new trucks? Comment back down below. Like, what do you what do you want to know? Do you want to know price or whatnot? We can go into new trucks later, but yeah, just ask me what you're thinking. Gabriel, thanks for the vids. No problem, man. Trucking through El Paso right now. Company I'm driving for right now wants to get me a truck to lease 80-20 split. If I don't like it, I can walk away. No down payment needed. That's good. Ask them if you have the financial ability to. Ask them if they will allow you to buy the truck on your own and then set the truck up for you. And if you are in the financial situation, I would highly suggest you going out and financing a truck on your own through many different banks out there. I've got plenty of videos on how to finance your first semi truck, and if they agree to it, let them register it. So you buy the truck, so it's yours, right? And then that's gonna save you because they're gonna charge you a lot for the lease, especially with truck prices where they're at right now. They're probably gonna charge you a lot for the lease. So I would try to buy the truck on your own, and then have them get it plated and get run under their insurance. So yeah, just ask them if they can do that lease program, but just with you buying the truck yourself. And then there's just no like legal hangups because I know you could walk away from it, but in the case that say in 2 years you've paid $50,000 into this truck, and say you owe maybe $100,000 or whatever it may be, and you want to go somewhere else, well then you don't want to lose that investment that you put into the truck. So if it's your truck already, there's no problem. You can take that truck and go somewhere else. But if it's a truck you're leasing from them, a lot of these companies that gets into dangerous territory because then they'd be like, well, if you want to take the truck, you owe us $130,000, and that will because they put a bunch of miscellaneous fees on you and whatnot. So just know that going into it, that if you put a bunch of money into that truck or you pay it down and then you want to take it, they might kind of play games with you or want you to pay a whole lot more than what it's worth, if that makes sense. But yeah, and if you're just wanting to get some experience and see what it's like, you can do it. But that's where a lot of people get the bad taste in their mouth about being owner operators, is they do stuff like that, and then the company kind of screws them over or does them wrong. So then it puts a bad name on being an owner operator, because when you lease through a company, you never know what you're going to get. All right, we're just kind of seeing what's out there. Let's see. We're still trying to get down the list to like actual like legitimate semi trucks. Kind of get past all these. Not that some of these aren't legit, but trying to get like more normal trucks. Well, here we go. Here's way too many miles, but it's got over 1 million miles. It's got the Mercedes motor in it, but no lights on dash. This is a used truck, not like new, but very good truck to work with. I'm just looking to see if you like desperately needed a like a used truck or a spare truck, how much would it cost you? That's kind of what I'm looking at here. 2003. Let's look at this one. Looks a little rough, but it doesn't look horrible. I wonder what cat motor's in it. It's got a C15 in it, supposedly. 967,000 miles. 10 speed. Let's see here. All right. Sorry, I just had to deal with some unwanted spam comments. This kind of gets annoying. These bots that get into the chat or whatever. Oh, you know what? I could probably fix this. Let's go down here and choose. Where is it? Oh, tandem. Tandem axle. And then we'll search that way. That'll get a lot of the single axle trucks out of here. That was a big problem. Let's see. These are rough. I just wanted to see what was like the cheapest truck that you could possibly get. I missed this one. This one's in Canada. Oh, it's got a 15 speed. Those are kind of funky to drive. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, it's 15 speed. That's pretty rare. And depending on what you're doing, this truck ain't horrible if you just need like a down and dirty, like used day cab just to run every now and again. Gabriel, can you tell us about how to source a trailer other than buying it? What's a fair price for a trailer rental? Yeah, Gabriel. So if you go on to Truck Paper, like you see, I'm on Truck Paper right now. Here, I'll show you real quick. Let me see here. I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'll bring it up here. All right. So hope you're watching, Gabriel. So basically, if you go to Truck Paper, go to the home page, and then you can go to trailers right here. And there's semi trailers right here. And just pick what kind of trailer you're looking for. Let's do just dry van trailers. I'll say show them all. And if you look at some of these, a lot of them will have rental prices on them. So they'll say like to buy or to rent or whatnot. See, view rental prices. So 2007 Hyundai, view rental price. Okay, well, it's going to make you go into a bunch of crap here, but all right. So basically, you just go into view rental prices, and it'll show you. So there's a lot of these trailers that you can rent. So or just buy them outright. But yeah, so that's basically what I know. Either go on to Craigslist, just search trailers for rent or lease, and you should be able to find some decent deals on rental trailers. I mean, oh my gosh, even trailers are crazy. I mean, these were like $40,000, $30,000 trailers probably. You know, any of these were 30 were probably like 10 or. Remember, you buy a dry van for like $15,000. This one's not horrible for 25. Yeah, these prices are crazy. But also, you asked, do I have any experience with the Volvo D12s? I don't. I've heard they're good motors. I've heard, but I don't have any experience with them personally. Seems like they're like the sought after Volvo motor, I think. Excuse me. And I can't really tell you a fair price for trailer rental. I know that like I used to rent side dumps and they were like $3,000 a month to $4,000 a month. That was kind of expensive. Tankers are like probably about $2,000 a month, 1,000 to 2,000. But yeah, other than that, all right. Let's go back to the. So I decided to show you that real quick, Gabriel. Let's see here. All right. Going back to our day cab trucks here. Not horrible on the prices. This one's 16,000 for international. Really short wheelbase for sure. Well, speaking of D12, there's a D12 in the Smallville. Let me know if you guys got any questions or whatnot. Trying to find anything newer. There's 2006 for $17,000. Here's a yeah Detroit 60 in it, so that's good. Not biggest fan of internationals, but this one doesn't look horrible. Well, I'm sure it's pretty rough, but the tank is dented. Trying to see what the frame looked like on this one. Everything's kind of crammed in there. All right, so let's keep on going here. Oh. See what motor's in this thing. I mean, it ain't great, but it ain't horrible either. Not saying I'd want to buy any of these trucks, guys. I'm just kind of for fun, just seeing what's like the cheapest truck you could get. This one looks pretty kind of rusty, I guess. See this Mac. It's like a pretty stout truck. It's got a pump on it. I wonder if this thing runs. Eight-speed transmission, tubing headache rack, AMI 370 engine, mounted pump. All right, so we're approaching $20,000. I'm kind of curious to see what we can find for 20 grand, you know? This has only got 410,000 miles on it. Looks real rough, but yeah, it looks maybe a little too rough. Let's check this out. This has got high mileage. It's got the Mercedes motor, which is not the most desirable, but I mean, it'd be horrible. I mean, I sold a 2008 truck that had similar mileage for like $15,000. So they gone up 25%. Actually, I think I sold it for like 13,000. So it's like almost doubled in value. And it had Detroit 60 series in it. But oh my gosh, I mean, for 20,000, you get like a decent truck, like an okay truck. I mean, but now for 20,000, they're wanting some. These are some real rough trucks. Just keep going down the list here. Try and find something that like catches my eye. That's like, wow, that's actually not a bad deal. But I haven't really found it yet. I mean, for 23,000, this Mac doesn't look horrible. It's ugly, but interior's uglier. Okay, never mind. This one's not that great. But I just thought, might be okay. But it's not that good, not that great. So you can't really get anything decent for under 20,000. Now we're approaching a $25,000 mark. See if we can find anything decent. It's got an N14 Cummins in it. And they say it's DOT ready to go, or 200,000 miles after overhaul. So I don't know what that truck is worth. $24,000 though. Let's see here. Look at this truck. God, it's all beat up. Oh, it's a roll. Okay. It's a winch truck, so that's why it's beat up. Just going through some trucks, if you guys are new, kind of seeing what you get right now in the semi truck world for as cheap as you can get it. You know what, 25,000. We're looking at $25,000 trucks now, kind of seeing what you get nowadays. If you need like a quick, quick and dirty, like, used truck to see. Michael, how far did you drive in your day cabs when you had them? Longest haul? Maybe like 300 or 400 miles. We don't really do over the road stuff, so. And I only had about 2 day cabs. I didn't really have I didn't have, it wasn't common for me to own day cabs. I had 2 of them and I ended up getting rid of them like 6 months later. But yeah, maybe 200 or 300 miles, or I'd say 500 miles is probably the max that we went with them. But mainly is around 200 or 300 miles just locally. Because we had other trucks that we used to either go out of state with or whatnot. This is an interesting looking Volvo. I've never seen a long nose. This is not a, if this even is a Volvo. Wow, look at that suspension. Bet that rides real good, real nice. I was just curious about if this is actually a Volvo or not. All right, so now we're approaching. So that's 25,000. Still can't really get much for 25,000. Um, a truck like this, it's like Freightliner. It was like a $15,000 truck a couple years back. Something like this would be about 15, maybe 20,000. 27,000 is I guess it's cheap by today's standards, but the 2 day cabs I bought. Hey, sorry, I'm petting my dog. I bought 2 day cabs that had Detroit 60 series in them. They were very similar to this truck. They were 2011s and similar setup to this, and I got them for, I think they were like $18,000 a piece. So I paid like 38. I think I was out the door $38,000 for 2 trucks, and they had 450,000 miles on them, and they are similar shape to this. So yeah, that just shows you that there's been like a 30% increase, 33% increase, which makes sense because this should be like a 15 to 18 thousand dollar truck. This is and I wouldn't even consider or suggest buying this. Well, I don't even know what motor's in it. Oh, it's got a DE13. Yeah, I wouldn't buy this. But this truck was literally should be like a $15,000 truck. Michael, thinking of trying to get a day cab and working until I can afford a sleeper. Uh, so basically, Dylan, what the hell are you talking about, man? Um, so basically, Michael, I would get a day cab. I wouldn't like waste your money getting a day cab if you really need a sleeper truck. I would just save your money and because I mean, look at what you're gonna get. Like you're not gonna get much. You're gonna get a truck that probably needs some work. So I mean, if a day cab is 40,000 and say a sleeper is 60,000, or even say it's 50,000, I would just save up your money, or maybe try to find a place that'll work with you on financing, and just get the sleeper truck. I would not get a. I would not get a day cab until you can afford a sleeper. I would just save your money and get a sleeper because you're kind of going to be spending too much money to get that. Uh, who rock makers in Israel? Do you play GTA? If so, I don't play any video games currently. To be honest with you, played some Call of Duty maybe a couple years ago, but haven't played anything recently. And Dylan, I don't know what you're talking about. My day cab was robbed. I lost $3 million, and you lost $3 million. That's crazy. How'd you end up losing $3 million? Yeah, Michael, that'd be my best advice. Um, just go after a sleeper if that's what you need and what you want. I would overpay for the sleeper versus getting the day cab to save money to get a sleeper because it may not turn out the way you would hope. You might be putting yourself more behind. All right, so we're at $28,000 now, and there's not really been anything worth a whole lot that I can see. And let's look at this Freightliner here. But then again, this is a $20,000 truck, if that. So yeah. So we're at about $28,000 trying to see what we can get for the cheapest amount of money, what kind of decent truck. And we'll look at sleeper trucks in a second, and then we'll be able to. Um, oh, okay. I lost all $100 million, but yeah, Michael, no problem. All right, Dylan. So here is I mean, can I even advise someone to buy this truck here? Man. So once we get to about $30,000, kind of seems like we're getting a little bit better quality, but not by much. I mean, this 2012 isn't a bad example, but it's got the small motor. This is a 2012. It's got 800,000 miles on it. Sounds sick Freightliner. I'm surprised there's not a whole lot of trucks for sale. To be honest, like I know there's a lack of inventory, but dang, it's pretty bad. Like there's not a whole lot of trucks even for sale right now. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Michael, I know. I'm like getting ready to mute both of them here soon. Um, but I figured I just, for entertainment purposes, let's see how far it goes. Okay. Well, so we're approaching 30,000, and there's not really anything that I've even seen that's remotely ideal. I mean, not at least not for what I would use the truck for. Man, I just cannot believe that. And this 2012's got low mileage, but it's just a low horsepower small motor truck. So I don't know. As we keep going, see how much money you need to spend to get a decent truck. Here's a hmm, Nah, man, it's all good. Dylan and Pooh Rock Sliders or Pooh Rock Makers Industrial. No, it's all good, man. That's why I said I'm just gonna let you guys go to see for entertainment value. But no, it's all good. Entertaining to see the least. It's all good, guys. I mean, I'm all about having fun. I was just kind of doesn't really bother me either way, to be honest. As long as there's nothing, as long as you're not like you know, saying anything too crazy on here. Yeah, the 2012 one's decent, but I mean, for 30 grand, you can get way better. Uh, Dylan, you guys don't gotta go anywhere. You can hang out if you want. Dylan and POO Rock, um, Pooh Rock, if that's your real name. There ain't no hard feelings here. Let's see here. Can this be a decent? Maybe. I mean, the airbags are down on the sleeper, makes it look worse. But let's see here. Can't tell how rusty it truly is, but probably pretty rusty. So yeah, probably won't want anything to do with this one either. All right, so we're at almost 30,000, and there's not really anything that I would suggest anybody really goes and jumps to buy yet, or you're taking a huge chance buying any of these trucks that I've kind of been through because you don't know what you're getting. I always like these names, International Pay Star. It's like, ooh, it's gonna pay me. But I mean, something like this, it's 2015 Freightliner, but it's got 1,000,000 miles on it. And they want 30 grand, and it's a day cab. The truck looks nice, but I mean, anybody in the right mind with a 1,000,000 mile truck is gonna have issues, or potentially already has had a lot of issues. And for 30,000, that's just crazy. I can't suggest anybody buy that. And I made some videos about this, guys. No, it's all good. Rock makers. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of slow currently, so I'm gonna try to start doing a lot more stuff on YouTube and some more live streams. But I might invest in maybe checking some video games out if I get some extra time or whatnot. I do like that I'm kind of part time during the winter currently, so it's not too bad. But no, it's all good. Dylan and Rock Makers, I ain't got no hard feelings. It doesn't bother me. Um, I actually find it pretty funny. I enjoy a good laugh as well. So we're at 30,000, and there's really nothing I would be too excited about. I mean, because the problem for me is that a truck that I'd say, oh, this is an okay truck. Well, it's an okay truck at 20,000, not 30,000 here. So I mean, I can tell you, oh, this looks like an okay truck. It's probably okay. It's probably decent, but at that price, I can't. Like, for instance, this looks like an okay truck. If you just had to get like a quick down and dirty, just spare truck, say your truck's down, you just need to find a truck to run, or you just need a spare truck. I mean, this is looks like an okay truck, but it's not okay for $30,000. So it's kind of a rock and a hard place right now. As any of these trucks that I find, they're like, okay, they're kind of decent. They're not decent for how much they're wanting. But I finally found like maybe a decent truck that I would consider. A couple of them at this point. You and Dylan don't have jobs because you can't get ones yet, but your trucks are cool. Is that what you're saying? What are you guys like, company drivers or owner ops or what? Trucking's all right. I mean, it's not the funnest thing in the world, but it's provided me with a pretty decent lifestyle for sure. Oh man, I was about to say this truck's all right, but not for 30 grand. It's not. That is decent. So it looks like you're going to have to spend more than 30 grand to find anything relatively decent. Man. And these trucks still are not that great. You know, the problem is these trucks that we're going through right now have been somebody's spare garbage trucks that they have just ran real hard, put them away super wet, like dripping wet. I mean, they're rusted, they're busted, and what should be a $10,000 yard dog truck, they're now trying to get $32,000 out of them, or 25,000, or 30. I mean, let's just go back up through the list. And this is what I mentioned on my video before, for you guys to be careful, because a truck that's worth 20,000, some of these guys are taking these trucks like that are beat up like this one, and they'll put a new bumper on it. They might put some new wheels and tires on it. They'll put like 5,000 into it, probably just some spare parts they have laying around. And then what should be a $20,000 truck, they'll try to sell it for like $35,000 or $40,000. So this is the danger right now, is most of these trucks that we've looked at are like, they're like, there's someone, they were like a company's beat up yard truck that guys just get in and just romp and just red line them and grind the gears and don't give a crap about them, because they're just some like used extra spare yard truck. I mean, half these trucks don't even look like they've gotten out of these companies' yards. They just drove them around the field in their back lot to move trailers around. And they're like, oh, well, there's a need for trucks. So we'll sell our yard truck that hasn't seen pavement in 10 years for $25,000. You know, it's like you look at something like this and you're like, bro, I don't think this truck has left their yard in probably years. This is like a yard truck. This is a truck that you just yank some trailers around, or maybe you might like run a trailer down to like a shop and back with it. It's like a gopher, a go-getter truck, a gopher, an errand runner. But usually these trucks are not these are like $10,000 or $15,000 trucks, and they're trying to get 30,000 for them. It's just pretty insane. Like this one right here. Like how busted this truck is, I don't know. I mean, it looks decent. Well, it doesn't look decent, but like the motor looks decent. But this is probably someone's like gopher, like yard truck, and they're trying to get. It's like they're trying to sell a truck as if like this truck's been running, locally or across the country. They're acting like a lot of these trucks, they just pulled them off the road, and then in reality they haven't left the back of their lot in the last 10 years. They're just trying to get top dollar for them. Pretty insane. Sale pending. Well, I was gonna say this is a nice truck, but it looks like it's already gone. But for 32,000, this is a pretty cool looking truck. Those these fenders look like roofing sheet metal. Like I don't know what's up with these fenders, but they look like someone took them off a metal barn. But other than that, the truck looks pretty decent. What's the miles? Before I say it's decent, I gotta see what the miles are. And what 2006? And what motor's in it? It doesn't say any of that. Oh, it's got a Mercedes. Not my first choice. And it looks like well, they verified the hours, but they didn't verify the miles. A little rusty. Okay, it might be really rusty. At least they showed it in their pictures. They're oh man, that looked pretty rough. Back there looks pretty rough. Like that shock looks like it's almost rusted out. But it's from Massachusetts, so a lot of rust out there. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I mean, I don't know if there's more sleeper trucks available than day cabs. But I remember looking at day cabs before, and there's a lot more available. Or maybe all the ones that are available are still like a lot higher prices. But I mean, conventional day cab, there's only, if you look here, there's 4,600 results. It's probably not a lot. That means there's like 100 trucks for every state, roughly, or a little bit under, given. I don't know what those numbers usually look like. But yeah, a truck like this would be like a $15,000 truck with 800,000 miles on it. But it's not too bad. Yeah, I can't believe that there's just not there's not that many trucks out there, or not at least not that many day cabs. I just can't believe we're at $30,000 and there's not really anything that I would be like, oh yeah, I'd buy that truck. I mean, I haven't found like one deal that I'm like I would pull the trigger on that. Definitely have to get creative. You have to get creative with finding trucks for sure. So here's the first decent T800 Kenworth, and it's $34,000, and it's got the small cat, the baby cat in it, and it says mileage unknown to us. Okay, here we go. New scales, easy fix, runs great, clean title. Oh, well, it's freaking wrecked. That's why. Or it's been rolled. So it shouldn't be clean title, but it is. It's pretty suspect. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if that was rolled over miles, if that's 1.3 million. Okay. Well, that's not a decent. I thought that was maybe a decent truck, but nope. Well, we got the Work Star here. We had the Pay Star, and now here's the Pro Star. International's names are so corny to me. Can we find a decent truck? Is it gonna be 40,000? Is that gonna be? Yeah, Michael, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Like, hopefully, you don't have to reach down and fix any type of airline or hose or something in that frame rail. Hopefully, you don't get cut on nothing. There's a lack of day cabs for sure. Well, this truck ain't it. I'm just seeing how long it's going to take me to find something that's like half-ass decent. I can't be here all night, but let's see here. Minnesota. Well, they got one picture. This looks like a decent truck, but it's got the Mercedes motor, so I wouldn't really mess with that. The MBE. I just looked to make sure I wasn't on mute. Thought maybe I might be on mute. So maybe this is a decent truck, but it's got over 1 million miles on it. This is decent, but it's got over 1 million miles. for $34,000. This is like a 25 or $20,000 truck. This truck would be worth 34,000 if it had like maybe 500,000 miles on it, but not with 1,000,000 miles. And so you can kind of see like it, and this truck might have been a lot rougher. This might have been one of those $15,000 trucks I was talking about. They might have polished up the fuel tanks. It looks like they got new wheels and tires on it. They might have gone in here and really cleaned this up, sprayed this down. So this could be one of those lipstick situation trucks. The interior looks decent. I mean, either they polished up these wheels real quick, or they got new wheels and tires maybe off another truck they had that might have been wrecked or something. And yeah. It's an Arizona truck, so that's good. But man, 1,000,000 miles for $34,000. We might have to do a part 2 to this video because I'm kind of sick of looking. It's been on here for about an hour and a half, and I really haven't found anything too awful, too decent that I would want, really. And we're at 35,000. So yeah, looks like we're gonna have to go up to. That's a funny looking front end right there. Now, I was gonna say this one's pretty decent, but it's got a C30. It's got a baby cat in it. If this had a normal cat in it, it'd be okay. So it's only 720,000 miles versus that 1,000,000 mile truck. All right, guys, I'm probably gonna get off here pretty soon. Thank you guys so much for joining me on another live stream. I guess we can call this a series of crazy truck prices. But yeah, we'll have to save this page and maybe continue at this another day and see how much money do you need to spend to get a decent day cab truck that doesn't look like someone's yard dog that they just rode hard, put away wet, to get a truck that wasn't in someone's field pulling trailers around and get a truck that's actually seen the pavement in the last couple years. So we're at 35,000. Let's see, can this be it? Maybe. Well, this ain't horrible. It is a winch truck, so it's gonna be good for doing much else with it. But this one's all right. It's okay. It's got MP7, which is, I think that's a smaller motor versus MP8. But yeah, anyways. Let's see here. Muxcan. I'm not hiring right now, unfortunately. So I'm not in the position to be hiring guys or drivers currently. That might change in the future, but as far as right now and for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be hiring anybody. But all right, Michael, it has been real. That's for sure. These prices, I wish these prices were not real, but they are. Yeah, have a good one, Michael. And to the rest of you, have a good one. And I'll see you on the next one.